All right, thermochemistry, here we go. When I take a look at this problem, I am given a value for heat here. I can go ahead and label that Q. And it says that many joules of heat are applied to a piece of aluminum. It causes a 56 degree increase in temperature. That I can go ahead and label as my change in temperature. In its temperature, and the specific heat, then it goes on to give me, of aluminum, is 0.9025. I can go ahead and label that as my variable C, and it says what is the mass. So my unknown here, I'll put a question mark by it, is my variable M. So right away I know I'm going to have to use this thermochemical equation Q equals M times C times delta T. Q here represents heat, M represents mass, C represents specific heat, they are different, and then delta T represents change in temperature. So it looks like I've already got my variables labeled. The only one I am missing here is mass, so that's the one I'm going to solve for. I can plug in 8,750 joules for Q. My mass is unknown. My specific heat capacity for aluminum is 0.9025. And yes, it has funny units here. It's joules divided by grams times Celsius. I'll show you how they cancel in just a minute. And then I have a change in temperature. The change in temperature was 56 degrees Celsius. Sometimes they give you a starting temperature and an ending temperature, and you have to subtract. That has already been done for you in this problem. So a lot of my students are able to set this up. They can plug stuff in just fine. But when they go to isolate and get the variable M all on their own, sometimes they get a little tangled up with the algebra that goes along with it. So how do I solve this equation? Well, it looks like I'm going to have to divide both sides by my specific heat capacity to cancel out. So that's joules divided by grams times Celsius, and by my change in temperature. So 56 is going to cancel out, 0.9025 is going to cancel out, and whatever I do to one side of my equation, I have to remember to do to the other. So let me go ahead and copy this over here. Joules divided by grams times Celsius, and then it will be multiplied by our change in temperature. So watch how my units are going to cancel here. Looks like joules will cancel, looks like Celsius will cancel, and I will be left with the only unit, grams, which makes sense because that's what mass is measured in. A couple of things I want to point out. When you punch this in your calculator, you must remember to use parentheses here. I'll emphasize them in blue. If you forget those parentheses, your calculator does crazy stuff. It wants to divide first when it should multiply. So punch in your calculator 8,750, hit your divide by button, open your parentheses, 0.9025 times 56, close your parentheses, and then hit equals, and you should get the final answer here, which it looks like my final answer was mass is equal to 173, I'll round here, 0.1 grams. This has been a Rodriguez original production. I hope it helped. Please go back, study your notes, look at more examples, and practice. Good luck.